Can somebody show me where the tax cuts for the rich are? Because the way I'm reading the tax code is they pay 37%.
Hey there, I'd be happy to show you where the tax cuts for the rich are because your whole statement was wrong. You see, you've got the correct tax brackets up, so that's a good job. But what you don't seem to understand is that to the extent that we make the same amount of money, we all pay the same level of taxes. See, every dollar that's in up to $11,600 or $23,200 if you're married is taxed at 10%. Then any dollars in excess of that then get taxed at 12% up until that cap, that $47,150 or $94,300. So if you want to think of it as buckets, that's what I do because it makes things a little bit easier to understand. So as cash overflows into the next bucket, the cash in that bucket or bracket gets taxed at that rate. So you see, when somebody makes $609,350 or over $731,200 if they're married, it doesn't go all the way back to $1 taxing it at 37%. That's not how that works. It's only the dollars over that $731,200 or $609,350 that gets taxed at 37%. Now, your name is Gen X Engineer, so I'm assuming that you understand how percentages work, and that if you take a small percentage from a large number, it can often equal or exceed a larger percentage from a smaller number. But see, that's not just where the tax cuts for the rich are. Let's say we took a 5% cut to all these tax rates, just hypothetically speaking. So you go from 10 to 5, from 12 to 7, from 22 to 17, from 24 to 19, from 32 to 27, from 35 to 30, and from 37 to 32%. Not only do the rich get that big tax cut at the top, which is 5% on a very large number, which means, hey, that's going to be more money, but they got a tax cut all the way up to that highest tax bracket. So the tax cut for the rich is actually twofold. First of all, a small percentage on a large number generally yields still a large number. Second of all, it's cumulative. They get the tax breaks in every income bracket below them up until their top tax bracket, which means that they get the benefit of all of those tax breaks all the way up to the top tax bracket, something that the rest of us just simply don't get. Now, if you actually want to cut taxes but not disproportionately benefit the wealthy, you take a model like this where you start from the bottom and work your way up. Why? Because that gives the billionaires the tax cut, but it's a tax cut in the cumulative effect, and it doesn't give them that big bang for their buck, which is the small percentage on the very large number. They wouldn't get that. They'd still have to pay that larger percentage. So they'd get a tax cut, but it'd be much less than what they would like, which is why they don't do it. So I hope you understand now how our tax system works. It's more buckets than brackets, and where that tax cut for the wealthy comes from.